In the heart of central South Africa stands a university focused on possibility, progress, and purpose. A place where knowledge evolves, ideas grow, and futures take shape. This is the University of the Free State. For 121 years, the UFS has advanced learning across 3 distinctive campuses, bringing together students from diverse backgrounds to form one connected, future-focused academic community. We are an innovative, research-led, student-centered, and regionally engaged university. Guided by our vision of responsible societal futures, we use our knowledge and partnerships to support progress and impact across our region, continent, and world. Across 7 faculties, our programs are shaped by expert academics committed to real-world relevance and meaningful impact. We train educators, health professionals, legal thinkers, creatives, scientists, business leaders, and theologians who drive change in their fields. Students learn from leading researchers and emerging scholars, working within networks that stretch across Africa and beyond. They step into a university that collaborates with global partners while remaining grounded in its responsibility to society. Our values shape how we teach, work, and engage. Excellence, care, accountability, impact, social justice, sustainability. These principles guide our commitment to student success, ensure a supportive and safe learning environment, and inspire a culture that embraces growth and forward-looking thinking. From advanced research facilities to community partnerships, from blended learning innovation to campus sustainability, the UFS continually evolves to meet the needs of a changing world. The UFS cultivates graduates and knowledge that create impact locally and globally. We are a forward-looking institution where fresh ideas grow, where diverse perspectives spark new insight, and where tomorrow's leaders are prepared today. Globally connected, regionally engaged, purpose-driven toward responsible societal futures. This is the University of the Free State. Welcome. Welcome to a moment that belongs to you, to every graduate crossing this stage, and to every family member, friend, and mentor who supported this journey. Today, we celebrate more than academic achievement. We celebrate growth, commitment, transformation. We celebrate the courage it took to dream, to persist, and to arrive at this milestone. You are part of something powerful. You are part of the University of the Free State. For over 120 years, the UFS has been a place where futures are shaped. Across our 3 campuses, students from diverse backgrounds come together to learn, collaborate, and imagine new possibilities. Here, the past is not the focus, the future is. Modern learning environments stand alongside our historic spaces, reflecting a university driven by progress, purpose, and possibility. We are an innovative, research-led, student-centered, and regionally engaged university. Guided by our North Star, responsible societal futures, we use our knowledge, expertise, and partnerships to help build a more just, sustainable, and humane society. Our 7 faculties prepare graduates who shape their professions and communities. From training educators and health professionals to advancing science, law, agriculture, business, and the creative arts, excellence is lived out every day. And today's graduates? You are that excellence in motion, the result of determination meeting opportunity. You've learned alongside leading researchers, scholars, and collaborators from around the world. You've been part of a university connected across continents, regionally engaged, and globally relevant. What defines the UFS are the values that shape how we learn and work. Excellence, care, accountability, impact, social justice, sustainability. These values aren't abstract, they've shaped your experience. Through challenges and growth, through community, culture, sport, and study, you have built not only competence, but character. Graduates, you now join a proud community of UFS alumni contributing across South Africa and the world. You leave with more than a qualification. You leave with purpose, insight, and the values that will guide your next steps. The world needs your leadership, your ideas, your impact. To our graduates, congratulations. To families and friends, thank you for your support and belief. And remember, the University of the Free State will always be your home. Walk with purpose. Lead with integrity. Forever a COFSI.
got longer hair, please tuck it behind your right ear.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, our graduates. By the virtue of the power vested in me as Acting Chancellor, I hereby constitute this congregation of the University of the Free State for the awarding and conferral of qualifications in the faculties of the Humanities, Law, and Natural and Agricultural Sciences. I therefore award and confer qualification to and on all the candidates presented by the deans of the respective faculties to this congregation. In addition, I hereby award and confer qualifications to and on those whose names appear in the program but could unfortunately not join us here today. You may be seated.
Distinguished guests, graduates, and parents, Sanbonani, Dumelang, Molweni, good afternoon, goeiemiddag, and a warm welcome to all of you to the December 2025 graduation ceremony of the faculties of Law, the Humanities, and Natural and Agricultural Sciences. I'm Professor Vasu Reddy, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor for Research, Innovation, and Postgraduate Studies. I'm honored to serve as your Program Director this afternoon. And now, I'm pleased to request Professor Anthea Roda, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic, to deliver the welcome address.
Distinguished guests, graduates, parents, and family members, colleagues of the University of the Free State, including our Acting Chancellor and our senior management, and all other dignitaries that is joining us this afternoon. Welcome to this graduation ceremony of the University of the Free State. And so what a privilege to share this momentous occasion with you. As indicated by Prof. Reddy, our Program Director, today we celebrate graduates from 3 outstanding faculties: the Faculty of Law, the Faculty of the Humanities, and the Faculty of Natural and Agricultural Sciences. These faculties represent the breadth and depth of scholarship at our university. They embody our commitment to developing well-rounded professionals who are ready to meet society's diverse needs. A special word of acknowledgement also to those who will be receiving postgraduate qualifications today. You inspire us all with your continued dedication to the pursuit of knowledge. So to our graduates from the Faculty of Law, a faculty that celebrates its 80th anniversary this year, you emerge as defenders of justice and champions of the rule of law. You have mastered the complexities of legal systems. You also understand the power of advocacy. You will stand in courtrooms, boardrooms, and communities as voices for fairness, equity, and human rights. And so to our graduates from the Faculty of the Humanities, which is the oldest faculty at our university, you are the storytellers, the critical thinkers, the cultural interpreters of our time. Through language, history, philosophy, and the arts, You have learned to understand humanity in all its complexity. In a world marked by the rise of technology and artificial intelligence, your contribution will become more important, not less important. And now to our graduates from the Faculty of Natural and Agricultural Sciences. You step forward as stewards of our planet and pioneers of sustainable futures. Your expertise in food security, climate solutions, and natural resource management is critical to our survival. You hold the keys to addressing some of humanity's most urgent challenges. But graduates, today, this day, is the day of your recognition. A day where we acknowledge sacrifices made and the obstacles overcome. Some of you have balanced work and study. Others have cared for families while pursuing your degrees. Some have faced financial hardships, and others have struggled with personal challenges. Yet here you are. Here you stand victorious, accomplished, ready. Your time at this university was about more than just acquiring knowledge. It was about becoming the person you were meant to be. You have been challenged intellectually. You have grown personally. You have formed friendships that will last a lifetime. I'm sure some of us on the stage still remember the friends that we made while we were studying. And together with that, you have discovered strengths that you probably didn't even know you possessed. The university has become your home for these formative years, a 121-year-old institution that has shaped generations of leaders, innovators, and change makers. And so when you leave this auditorium today, you will join the ranks of our distinguished alumni. We invite you to become part of the activities and opportunities offered by our vibrant community of former Kofsis. We sincerely want you to maintain your connection with our institution. The North Star of the University of the Free State is creating responsible societal futures. And so we ask that you carry this mission forward. The world needs graduates who think beyond personal gain, graduates who consider the broader impact of their choices, graduates who recognize that true success means lifting others as you climb. You're entering a world that faces complex problems or complex challenges. We all know about the fact that inequality still exists. Climate change threatens our planet, and social division still runs deep. But these challenges should not discourage you. They should provide you with energy, energize you, because you have gained the knowledge and skills, and I think the attitudes and behaviors to meet them, to engage with these challenges. Your education has equipped you with critical thinking, problem solving, and expert knowledge in your field. The late Desmond Tutu once said, "Do your little bit of good where you are. Do those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world. Let this wisdom guide you. Do not wait for perfect circumstances to make your contribution. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can." Acts of integrity, kindness, and excellence compound into a transformative impact, a transformative world. And today we are celebrating. Savor this moment. Take photographs. Embrace your loved ones. Feel proud of what you have accomplished. You have earned this recognition, and no one can take it away from you. But tomorrow, the real work begins. the work of applying your knowledge, the work of serving others, the work of building the future we all hope to see and experience. Go forth with confidence, with purpose. Go forth knowing that the University of the Free State community stands behind you. We believe in your potential. We are excited about your future, and we cannot wait to see the contributions you will make. Once again, congratulations, graduates. I thank you.
Professor Rhoda, thank you very much for a truly inspiring welcome. Your message, certainly, I think, as it has been received by everybody in the hall, has uplifted our graduates and reminded them of the wonderful possibilities that lie ahead. As your program director, I would like to share very briefly a few house rules with all of us. Before we commence the program proper, a few important messages. The university makes use of official photographers, and you see them present in the hall today. There are people who are arriving as we speak, and some who will probably arrive late. We remind them, if you can, to please refer to the graduation event program. Today, of course, is a day of celebration for each graduate. Hearing the names of each graduate or student being announced is important to everybody. So we ask of you respectfully to please limit your cheers and loud exclamations. Of course, you can ululate, and that is so important, but keep them short enough so that when the dean announces the next name of the student who's to receive their degree, that people in the audience hear their name and makes it very clear for the announcement. Of course, we strive to keep our graduation ceremonies and to make that and conduct them in a dignified manner. And we ask of you again respectfully to please refrain from leaving the hall before the end of the proceedings, because leaving the hall during the proceedings disturbs the ceremony. Of course, we've heard that you're welcome to take photographs, but it's very important that on stage, no selfies can be taken without prior permission. We please ask of you to respect that. And perhaps more importantly, the cell phones where you take your selfies should please remain either in vibrating mode or on mute. So, as we begin our celebrations this afternoon, I would like to please extend a special word of welcome, obviously, firstly, to our Vice-Chancellor and Principal, Professor Hester C. Klopper, who's also today officiating as Chancellor. On stage, we also have the Honorable MEC for Social Development in KwaZulu-Natal, Ms. Cynthia Mbali Shinga, and we warmly welcome her to the university. Also in our midst is the Auditor General of Lesotho, Ms. Matabo Makenete. And then I acknowledge, of course, members of the executive management and deans, members of the academic staff, graduates, parents and guardians, and of course there are many watching our live stream as we speak. So please enjoy what promises to be, I think, a very positive and vibrant ceremony this afternoon to celebrate the achievements of all our graduates. And what better way to get us into the spirit of today? And so let me introduce the musical item. And you'll all recognize this, right? With Bafana Bafana recently qualifying for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, we are reminded, all of us, whether we're South Africans or not, of the atmosphere of excitement and most importantly, the expectation that was prevalent during the 2010 Soccer World Cup, which was held in South Africa. We want to bring today some of that nostalgia into this graduation ceremony. And of course, you all remember the theme song that was performed at that event. And what was it? Waka Waka. Yes. The song was performed by Colombian singer Shakira, and it featured the South African band Freshly Ground. It became a worldwide hit, and it was one of the best-selling digital singles of all time. So, put on your dancing shoes wherever you are, not to run around here, and put your hands together for Kebekazi, as well as some special guests who will perform the song for us today to get us into the mood of celebration. A round of applause. Thank you very much, Rebekasi, and the special guests for your vibrant, powerful performance of Waka Waka. You brought energy and made the room come alive, and I think that is the spirit of our celebration. And with that, we get to the business of our day. I'm really pleased to now request the Dean of the Faculty of Humanities, Professor Mokhome Masocha, to present his candidates.
Acting Chancellor, I have the privilege of requesting you to confer doctoral degrees in the Faculty of the Humanities on the candidates presented to you. I request the supervisors to introduce their candidates to you.
Busane Tobisi Sydney, with his thesis titled Managing isiZulu and Sesotho as Languages of the Academy at the University of the Free State, a Language Management Approach. The candidate provides insightful thematic analysis in relation to the development and intellectualization of African languages as languages of learning and teaching in the higher education sector. His work draws from the language management theory to explore the socio-political dynamics that affect the implementation of institutional language policies and further highlights different strategies for embedding African languages in different disciplinary discourses to broaden their functional capacity that's contributing to their intellectualization. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Sydney Tobisi Busane.
Vice Chancellor, with her thesis titled The Application of Appraisal Theory in Selected Sesotho Novels, an Analysis of Sesotho Text Plot. The candidate provides insightful thematic analysis within African language literary studies. Her work highlights how attitudinal elements such as affect, judgment, appreciation, dominate the plot structure of Sesotho novels. By aligning these elements with the narrative arc, she illustrates how appraisal theory is a powerful tool for interpreting literary text. This approach enriches the understanding of Sesotho literature and contributes to the broader discussions on evaluative language in African literary analysis. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Celestina Matai Munyagani.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in criminology, Vice Chancellor, with his thesis titled An Analysis and Reframing of South African Policies in Response to Homelessness Towards an Evidence-Based Victim-Inclusive Policy Framework. The candidate advances victimology scholarship by examining the context in which homelessness exists and the manner in which it is responded to. Grounded in a pragmatic paradigm, guided by a mixed methods approach, the study employed document analysis of several local policies, a survey involving 150 people experiencing homelessness, and 38 stakeholder interviews, proposing an evidence-based policy to reframe responses as inclusive and person-centered. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Jean-Paul Popheim.
Chancellor, Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in governance and political transformation, Bufelu Kivit Mpalane Abram. With his thesis titled Theorizing Presidential Leadership in South Africa, the candidate makes an original contribution by introducing a systems theoretical framework for understanding presidential leadership in South Africa and advancing the concept of strategic collegiality. The study interrogates the theories and models of presidential leadership, deepening our understanding of South Africa's political history and political systems. It makes an innovative and valuable contribution to knowledge, addressing a long-standing gap in the literature where most studies have been descriptive or leadership style orientated rather than theoretically generative. Chancellor, I present to you Abram Butlana Kivit Bufelu.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in sociology, Mahlaba Siphelele Nadia, with a thesis titled Married Women's Perspective on the Cultural Practice of Kuteka, the Narratives of Gender Violence and Agency in Customary Marriages in the Kingdom of Eswatini. The candidate contributes to the scholarship on gender dynamics and cultural practices in customary marriages. With this contribution, she showcases the experiences of married women and their navigation of gender violence and agency within the context of Kuteka. The findings highlight the importance of this research in addressing persistent gender-based violence and advancing women's empowerment, policy development, and social interventions in Eswatini. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Nadia Siphelele Mahlaba. Matai Bongani Lawrence, with his thesis titled A Systemic Approach to Early Warning Systems of Community Grievances in a Metropolitan Municipality in Central South Africa. The candidate contributes to the understanding of the significance of municipalities in harnessing community grievances as an early warning system. Using a mixed method approach with 1,200 residents and 24 councillors from a metropolitan municipality, the study argues that historical patterns of unresolved grievances and evolving interactions shape community tension and calls for advancing them as part of an early warning framework for South African municipalities. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Lawrence Bongani Matai.
Acting Chancellor, I have the privilege of requesting you to award the following qualifications to the candidates that I introduced to you. The Faculty of the Humanities, certificates, bachelor's degrees, postgraduate certificates, honors, and master's degrees. Master of Arts in Drama and Theatre, Arts. DBA D. Double D, obtained degree with distinction. Kriya DJ. Master of Arts in Governance and Political Transformation. Lekalake LK. Manyara B, obtained degree with distinction. Ramonaheng SMP. Teise JLA. Master of Arts with specialization in African languages. Makhele MF. Master of Arts with specialization in Classical Studies. Smith A. Master of Arts with specialization in History. Mukhantle DB, obtained degree with distinction. Master of Arts with specialization in Human Geography. Rapolo N. Master of Health System Studies. Leshava P, obtained degree with distinction. Master of Philosophy in African Studies. Mtembu LD. Master of Social Science in Clinical Psychology. Labaskakne W. Mare C. Master of Social Science with specialization in Criminology. Mataha T.E. obtained degree with distinction. Master of Social Science with specialization in Sociology. Dabula L. Dlamini J. Postgraduate Diploma in Community Development. Buthelezi SF. Kele SZG. Kele ZW obtained diploma with distinction. Kili LT. Dlamini PMB. Jiwayo ZF obtained diploma with distinction. Dube NZC, Dube NZC. Dube PS. Gamma NA obtained diploma with distinction. Gumete SB. Kuala SG obtained diploma with distinction. Songwane NN. Josia MS. Kaba ZH. Kanye LC obtained diploma with distinction. Kanyele NP. Kumalo TTF. Mamba SO. Masilila S. Mazibuko NS. Mbata NK obtained diploma with distinction. Mbata SG. Mtunu ZJ. Memela KI obtained diploma with distinction. Ngojo LFN. Mhlongo NP. Mkabela NZ. Mkonza TG. Mkwanazi LE. Ngomezulu CM. Mbungo se LT. Msimango PH. Mtetwa IS obtained diploma with distinction. Mtetwa ZM. Ndlovu PN obtained diploma with distinction. Ngobo MSB obtained diploma with distinction. Ngobo PP. Nkosi NN. Nkosi N obtained diploma with distinction. Nkwanyana SB obtained diploma with distinction. Ngunga C obtained diploma with distinction. Zama MM obtained diploma with distinction. Perani LV obtained diploma with distinction. Ramukoni KM. Sebate KC. Setlale S obtained diploma with distinction. Setona ME obtained diploma with distinction. Tengwa Z obtained diploma with distinction. Toe HM. Zepo TC. Soy MJ. Vilagazi BP. Zigubu AS. Zulu SN. Zulu TC obtained diploma with distinction. Sabonga, Sabong, Sabong, Sabonga. Zuma NG. Zungu SN. Zwane MJF obtained diploma with distinction. Bachelor of Arts Honors. Dhaka S. Mofokeng DT. Thank you. Bachelor of Arts Honors in Music. Stradom WML obtained degree with distinction. Bachelor of Psychology Honors. Cobran CC. Bachelor of Arts. Arisi JVK. Butelezi L. Photo H. Futwa MG. Gaga V. Kanye MA. Kubeka S. Lefuma KN. Thank you. Mabele NS. Thank you, thank you. Makushe FP. Marumuahai KI. Mosukwane MC. Macheleti. Thank you. Matlala KC. Ngoyana SV. Mgubasi M. Mkize NV. Musi LQ. Mgezana S. Mofokeng MO. Mokwena MA. Moloi LJ. More K. Thank you. Musenohi OR. Mutwening MM. Thank you, thank you. Order. Mphatso S. Mtiani KB. Nogwaba Z. Mtei TL. Thank you. Thank you, Peku W. Thank you, Poltain NL. Skunor KC. Thank you. Thank you very much. Seholodi TS. Senteni S. Thank you. Shezi AN. Thank you. Thank you very much. Tau RV. Professor H. Kawa KN. Order, can we have order? Order. Shh. Kokiana T. Koseka S. Zigalala WQ. Sabo. Siabonga, thank you very much. Order. Let us come back. Order. Thank you very much. Zuma ZS. Order. Siabonga. Thank you. Can we have order? Order. Silence. Order. Bachelor of Arts in Governance and Political Transformation. Martin H.K. Mashifani T. Matikhe M.O. Matsi M.S. May K.M. Thank you, Mukhele P.K. Mulantwa B. Nzelani A. Thank you, Sam P. Thank you, Sekani KJ. Sibanda LJ. Bachelor of Arts in Integrated Organizational Communication. Masemula LS. Munsu KM. Ngedi N. Bachelor of Arts in Journalism. Khosingwe KP. Mahapela K. Wostazen J. Bachelor of Arts in Language Practice. Ntuleng M. Bachelor of Social Science. Thank you. Alangbauso KC. Arens VJ. Baikeli T. Biela LS. Siyabonga. Thank you. Thank you. Chirundu AT. Debele Y. Dingiso N. Tlokofa AD. Jabuza I. Thank you. Haji M.E. Gumete C. Kumisa LM. Sahatsi BP. Jonas S. Thank you, thank you. Jumat A. Khwatsane R. Kilani A. Thank you. Lesesa N. Leshomo KK. Thank you very much. Lawrence L. Mabuza P. Matlatsi MSP. Makeba A. Makaza LM. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Malaza UTN. Manyike C. Makubu AL. Mebuza MA. Yebo, uJesu kwenzile. Thank you. Yebo, uJesu kwenzile. Metsing K. Ngolozeli K. Mhlafu ND. Mkwana JP. Sorry. Mampie IM. Mtungwa L. Mudungwa GH. Mufukeng NG. Mufukeng VM. Mushala ND. Mujapelu P. Mokhotswa M. Mokwako NA. Raleboha ko Mukwena MA. Mokoko MJ. Mudisa Lefe TK. Moloko KP. Munyane MP. Moroka OA. Morake S. Morobe BP. Musinyehi Z. Musimani CO. Mutaung DE. Oops, sorry. Mutaung NP. Mutseki TA. Mutsabi L. Mkochwa N. Mtembu N. Mtombeni RS. Mudau MM. Ngobeni V. Ngobani N. Ngumza N. Can we have order? Order? Order Msapo Y.O. Ngabinde P. Ngomo L. Nkosi SN. Nonyane K. Order from that end. Notkaguva A. Ntloko A. Nyembe NSA. Nyenzani S. Benta A. Pofolo LJ. Raloholane SS. Ranuga Y. Rapolo MH. Rasekhatla T. Segalo L. Shezi S. Tsweu KB. Woki QA. Kalebile T. Zealand NA. Dumela A. Advanced Diploma in Opera Studies. Tau KM. Higher Certificate in Humanities. Farmer JA. Leteza LP. Masibuko ZR. Mbovane T. Kakoshe N. Taile NO.
Please give another round of applause to our students in the Faculty of Humanities. I'm pleased to request the Dean of the Faculty of Law, Professor Serge Kamcha, to present his candidates.
Acting Chancellor, I have the privilege of requesting you to confer doctoral degrees in the Faculty of Law on the candidate presented to you. I request the supervisors to introduce their candidate to you.
Doctor of Laws with specialization in human rights, Nkem Mega. with her thesis titled Exploring the Implementation of Children's Rights Within the Framework of Agenda 2063, Key to Achieving the Africa We Want. The candidate contributes to scholarship on children's rights and Africa's development agenda. Her research demonstrates that the aspirations of Agenda 2063 cannot be achieved unless children's rights, as guaranteed in the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, are fully implemented. By securing these rights, children are empowered to realize their full potential and actively contribute to building the Africa we want by 2063. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Megan Kem.
Doctor of Laws with specialization in mercantile law, Modise Mashidiso Alfred, with his thesis entitled A Critical Assessment of the Legal Effect of Disbanding the Southern African Development Community Tribunal. The candidate contributes to the understanding of the legal effect of the disbanding of the Southern African Development Community Tribunal. The study focuses on the infringement of human rights, democratic values, and the rule of law by the government of Zimbabwe when white farmers were denied legal recourse in the domestic courts against the expropriation of their farms without compensation. Furthermore, the thesis offers panoramic recommendations on the need to re-establish the Southern African Development Community Tribunal to ensure effective protection of human rights and upholding the rule of law, as well as other democratic tenets in the region. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Alfred Mashidiso Modise.
Ramon MD Mabubur, with his thesis titled Risk in Private Investment in Developing Countries, with specific reference to Japanese investments. The candidate examines how factors such as political instability, weak policies, inadequate infrastructure, and complex tax systems influence foreign investors in Asia and Africa. Focusing on Japanese investments, the study argues that although foreign capital promotes growth, technology transfer, and innovation, it also reveals vulnerabilities in host states. Therefore, comprehensive risk management strategies and legal reforms are essential to enhance investment climates and foster sustainable partnerships. Chancellor, I present to you, all the way from Japan, Dr. M.D. Mabubar Rahman.
Rabolinian Christopher Tefo, with his thesis entitled Project Finance and External Debt in Lesotho and the SADC region, Attainment of Economic Progress or Major Setback to Long-Term Development, Violation of Human Rights and the Right to Development. The candidate examines the use of project finance and external debt to finance infrastructural development in Lesotho and the SADC region. The thesis critically examines the dual-edged nature of project financing, demonstrating its potential to drive economic progress whilst exposing long-term financial risk. It argues that excessive reliance on debt for infrastructure development in Lesotho and SADC region led to financial distress and undermined sustainable economic growth. The study advocates for the regulatory reform, particularly enabling other financial mechanisms such as pension funds to finance infrastructure, ensuring a robust legal framework to support sustainable project finance across the region. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Tefo Christopher Rabolinian. Thank you.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in human rights. With his thesis titled Analyzing the Legality of the Right to Development in South Africa, the candidate contributes to scholarship on the legality of the right to development by examining its standing within the country's legal and institutional frameworks. Using a socio-legal approach, the study argues that while the right to development is not explicitly enshrined in the South African Constitution, it is implicitly present throughout existing socioeconomic rights. Consequently, the research posits that the government has a binding obligation to implement this right, ensuring its practical application and the enhancement of its citizens. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Kotalang Moseli.
Mugani Tanaka, with his thesis titled Culture as a Barrier to the Realization of Sexual Minority Rights in Zimbabwe, the candidate contributes to the relevant contemporary issues related to the right of sexual minorities who continue to face abuse, discrimination, and exclusion in all spheres of life. Using a desktop study and a combined research method, Mugani analyzed and brought to light how cultural and traditional values in Zimbabwe pose a barrier to the full realization of sexual minority rights and how the existing laws regarding homosexuality are wrongly constructed, which call for change. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Tanaka Mugani.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in medical law, Udia Silas Osabuti, with his thesis entitled A Comparative Study of the Regulatory and Enforcement Regimes of Organ Donation and Transplantation in Sub-Saharan Africa. The candidate undertook a comparative study of the regulatory, ethical, and enforcement regimes governing organ donation and transplantation in Sub-Saharan Africa, exploring how different legal and institutional frameworks shape access, accountability, and public trust in life-saving medical interventions. By examining the interplay between law, ethics, and enforcement in diverse contexts, this research highlights both the progress and the gaps in regional systems while proposing pathways for stronger regulation, harmonization, and ethical safeguards that can enhance healthcare, access, and equity and save countless lives across Africa. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Silas Udia Osabuti.
Acting Chancellor, I have the privilege of requesting you to award the following qualifications to the candidate that I introduced to you: the Faculty of Law certificates, bachelor's degrees, postgraduate certificate, and master's degrees. Masters of Human Rights. Paula S. Master of Laws. Soeli M. Master of Laws with specialization in labor law. Dausat E. Master of Laws with specialization in mercantile law. Maluleke P. Postgraduate diploma in labor law. Lekitlane B. Madiolana B. Machele S. Modise N. Molapo M. Tutbadla P. Bachelor of Laws. Apolles M. Baitane P. Bentley L. Dlamini N. Gandhi F. Hele P. S. Kashara T. Kalaku N. Kiba K. Mabena P. Machete N. Madondo S. Magangane M. Makasane P. Makatini A. Malele L. Manyama D. Maniati S. Marsha N. I. Thank you. Mashero V. Matibele M. Matloha U. Mkwanazi A. Moha L. Yes. Mohaha L. Moeti D. Moleme K. Molloy D. Motale T. Solwa T. You. Ndlela S. Ndlovu R. Nesane L. Neti Tungulu H. TVT. Tlangane L. Nukeri R. Nyawo N. Paul N. Kofi N. Pijos R. Siati R. Sibela O. Serwana M. Senekwane B. Shokane K. Tokonolo Fatu L. Tamela S. Dembo S. Tio U.
That's it. Please let us give another round of applause to graduates from the law faculty. I'm now pleased to request the Dean of the Faculty of Natural and Agricultural Sciences, Professor Paul Oberholster, to present his candidates.
Acting Chancellor, I have the privilege of requesting you to confer the doctoral degrees in the Faculty of Natural and Agriculture Science on the candidates presented to you. I request the supervisors to introduce to you
Doctor of Philosophy in Architecture with specialization in design. Bitzer Martha Magdalena. With her thesis titled Ecdysis, Shedding Skin, as performative agent in the negotiation of new transitions for architecture, the candidate examines the expansion of the building skin during the initial ideational phase of design to extend and enhance teaching practice in the architectural design and presentation studio. The study employs the theme of skin as a conceptual framework, positioning it as a metaphor for design exploration and a medium for personal expression. It aims to advance innovative approaches to teaching and design by integrating artistic practice with pedagogic strategies. Ecdysis, the skin's intelligent growth mechanism, underpins the thesis, which examines skin as a physical and metaphorical construct. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Magdalena Martha Bitzer.
Doctor of Philosophy majoring in Environmental Geography, Kuleka Tembeka Mchale, with a thesis titled Assessing the Role of Urban Ecological Infrastructure in Adapting to Climate Change Impacts, a case of the City of Johannesburg, Metropolitan Municipality, South Africa. The candidate contributes to urban climate adaptation research. She assessed how urban ecological infrastructure strengthened Johannesburg climate adaptation strategies by analyzing climate trends, policies, stakeholders' perspectives, and the benefit of green infrastructure using the I-tree canopy model. Results offered insights for developing countries facing climate injustice with regard to rising temperatures, shifting rainfall, as well as the role of urban ecological infrastructure, highlighting nature-based solutions for building sustainable, resilient cities. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Kuleka Tembeka Mchale.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in zoology. Sanele Michelle Nkandla. With this thesis, microfiltration potential in the removal of organic and inorganic contamination in aqueous solutions and wastewater. Sanele demonstrated that mesofilters from oyster mushrooms remove 94% of metal ions and more than 90% of certain dyes. She addressed research gaps by establishing protocols to ascertain mesofil saturation and structural integrity. She evaluated a local water treatment plant using a freshwater snail bioassay and reported that microfiltration enhanced chemical removal where conventional methods are failing and help to reduce contaminated toxicity on aquatic organisms. Chancellor, from our Kwakwa department, I present to you Dr. Sanele Michelle Nkandla.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in agricultural economics. Lakau Hermela Anderson, with her thesis titled Macroeconomic Linkage Between Population Growth and Food Security in Sub-Saharan Countries, the candidate contributes by combining systematic review, computable general equilibrium model, system dynamic situation to reveal feedback and long-run trajectories. Findings show that declining agricultural total productivity undermine urban consumption and economic resilience, while higher population baseline with poor resource management amplify resource scarcity. Coordinated climate-smart agriculture strategies, robust data system to inform adaptive policy and recommendation. The candidate published in high-impact review journal presented her finding at national international conference. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Wenderson Hermera Lakau. Chancellor, I'll introduce you Lubenda Mwala, with his test titled Modeling the System Effects of Agricultural Shock, a Network and Markov Chain Formalism. The candidate makes a significant contribution to understand and modeling system risk in economic system. With this contribution, he provides policymakers with tools to better understand and strengthen economic resilience against agricultural and specific sector shock. The innovative result of this investigation demonstrates the interconnectedness within economics and support evidence-based response to system vulnerability. Currently, his 4 articles under review. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Mwala Lubinda.
Chancellor, Pilani Matuslang Pascalina, with a thesis titled Developing a Social Water Productivity Indicator for Water Footprint Assessment, the candidate addressed the gap in water footprint assessment by integrating the social dimension of water use. Applying a social accounting matrix-based input-output model to the South African table grape industry, the direct, indirect, and induced socioeconomic effects at the household and macroeconomic levels are quantified, thus aligning national and international agri-food resilience programs. The candidate published papers in high-impact peer-reviewed journals and presented their findings at national and international conferences. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Pascalina Matuslang Pilani.
Chancellor, I introduce you Montero Marcus Arindo, with his thesis titled Assessing the Social and Economic Impact of Changed Water Use Behavior in Selected Food Commodities in South Africa. The candidate developed a framework to identify irrigator water use behavior and assess the social and economic implication of change of this behavior. Methodologies include theory of land behavior, a crop model, social accounting matrix, and partial equilibrium model. The study provides a practical tool for sustainable water management and policy decision at a household level. The candidate published in high-impact peer-reviewed journal and presented his findings at national and international conferences. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Hernando Marcus Montero. Chancellor, I introduce you Ramingo Mufunzo, with his thesis titled The Effect of Irrigation Agriculture on Economy of Limpopo Province, South Africa. The candidate contributed to constructing of 2017 National South Africa Social Accounting Matrix and 2021 Provincial Social Accounting Matrix for Limpopo Province. The effect of irrigation and rainfed agriculture on economy of district municipalities in province showed mixed results. The study concludes that investing in irrigation agriculture and increasing the efficiency and sustainability of existing irrigation agriculture in Limpopo is significant and profitable. The candidate published papers in high-impact peer-reviewed journal. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Mufunzo Ramingo.
Van der Berg Marcel, with her thesis titled Modeling the Water Energy Food Nexus for Improved Water Management in Irrigated Agriculture, the candidate makes an original contribution to knowledge by developing a novel modeling framework that integrates differential evolution with mathematical programming to more realistically capture the trade-offs between irrigation water use, energy cost, and food production when evaluating WEF policy impact at farm level. The results support a paradigm shift from conventional irrigation practices satisfying crop water requirements to deficit irrigation strategies that maximize profit, directly affecting the future of irrigation management decision support. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Marcel van der Berg.
Chancellor, Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in agricultural management. Jammer Brent Damien, with his thesis titled Developing a Decision Support Framework for Optimal Calf Weaning Practices in South African Beef Cattle Production. The candidate developed a validated decision support framework to guide beef producers in determining the optimal weaning age for calves. The study delivers a novel, context-specific and a scientifically robust framework that supports evidence-based management and improved profitability in the beef sector. The candidate's research has resulted in publications in high-impact journals and presentations at national conferences, demonstrating both scholarly and practical implication. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Brent Damien Jammer.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in agrometeorology. Ravuruma Mutianjere, with his thesis titled Current and Future Water Use of Pomegranate Orchards in Western Cape, South Africa. The candidate advances the understanding of pomegranate water use and climate adaptability under the semi-arid conditions using SEPFLOW and micrometeorological methods. The study quantified the transpiration and evapotranspiration of young and mature pomegranates' wonderful orchards, combined with the SIM6 climate projection from the models. The results show that the orchard's age and the climate variability strong influence water demand, which is projected to rise under the high emission scenarios, and the research support efficient irrigation management and climate-smart pomegranate production for sustainable agriculture. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Mutianjere Ravuruma.
Doctor of Philosophy with a specialization in agronomy. Mutsamba Magwaza Eleanor Florence. With her thesis, Crop Management Practices for Improved Livestock Feed and Farm Productivity in Smallholder Farming Systems in Semi-Arid Zimbabwe, the candidate contributes to knowledge on practices that improve farm productivity and help to reduce food insecurity and malnutrition in diverse smallholder mixed crop livestock systems. The study informs farmers and policymakers on conditions suitable for cereal legume intercropping and for the production of biofortified maize varieties, highlighting the impact on food and feed quantity and quality. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Eleanor Florence Mutsamba Magwaza.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in animal science. Chancellor Mwandi Ngayo, with this thesis titled Improving Beef Production Systems in the Communal and Emerging Sector Through Targeted Interventions. The candidate indicates that a terminal sire crossbreeding system utilizing a Simmenthaler bull on Nguni cows would improve the weight of marketable animals by 67 kilograms for weaning calves and 44 kilograms for oxen in the Nguni herds. As a result, gross profit per herd would improve by 226,000 rand for weaner calves and 182,000 for oxen. Marketing steers at 12 to 18 months old would be more viable than a weaner calf production system due to the communal farming environment and the flexible nature of the system. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Mwandi Ngayo.
Sheshoka Mukhwari Madeline, with a thesis titled The Effect of Weather Patterns and Bull Genotype on the Fertility of 3 indigenous beef breeds in warmer climates. The candidate contributes to the understanding of how climatic factors and genetic variation influence the reproductive efficiency of indigenous beef cattle in warmer regions. She attempts to enhance breeding strategies, improve livestock productivity, and promote sustainable beef cattle farming in regions affected by climate change. The study serves as an indication of the value of intervention, especially to find solutions for challenges of maintaining cattle fertility and overall herd performance in increasingly warmer climates, therefore ensuring food security and economic stability for livestock-dependent communities. Chancellor, I hereby present to you Dr. Mukhwari Magdalene Seshoka.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in biochemistry. Chancellor, I present Corinne Fourie with a thesis, Microbial Expression and Analysis of Rotavirus VP6 as a subunit vaccine candidate. The candidate explored the recombinant protein production of the immunodominant rotavirus capsid protein VP6 in yeast and bacteria as a cost-effective non-replicating vaccine candidate. This study advances knowledge of recombinant protein production in microbes and its applicability in scalable and sustainable next-generation rotavirus vaccine development to combat this significant childhood infection. 3 manuscripts relating to the study are currently in preparation. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Corinne Fourie.
With a thesis titled Developing a Bacterial Consortium for Improving the Quality of Mining Contaminated Water, the candidate makes a significant contribution to environmental microbiology and biochemistry. His study demonstrates the potential of metagenomic-informed microbial design to restore mine water sustainably through a nature-based bottom-up bioremediation approach using indigenous microbial consortia. By integrating hydrogeochemistry, 16S RNA and shotgun sequencing, and network analysis, she identified Rhizobium, enhanced by Pseudomonas, as key taxa capable of effectively removing salts through microbially induced carbonate precipitation. These findings provide a promising solution to mitigate the environmental risk posed by pit lakes in South Africa's Mpumalanga highvelds, highlighting the value of targeted microbial consortia in ecosystem restoration. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Andesizwe Matu.
Chancellor, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, Jennifer Nambuze, with a thesis titled Anti-Cancer Activity of the Crude Extracts and Isolated Compounds from 3 Medicinal Plants Native to Uganda, Prunus africana, Annona muricata, and Eliodendron buchanani. The candidate makes a significant contribution to indigenous knowledge systems by advancing the development of natural compound-derived anti-cancer therapies. Through rigorous scientific investigations, he isolated several novel compounds exhibiting cytotoxicity against breast and cervical cancer cell lines, validated by molecular docking studies. thereby confirming the therapeutic potential of traditional treatment and identifying new lead compounds for drug development. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Jennifer Nambuze.
A Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in construction management. Chancellor, I present to you Bikisha Linda Elizabeth with her thesis titled Strategic Risk Management Framework for Efficient Public Sector Construction Project Implementation. The candidate contributes to the scholarship on risk management and strategic planning, integration for public sector construction projects. The study argues that risk prevalence due to overcommitment, funding uncertainty, and poor planning underlies the value that her developed integrated framework aligned with strategic risk management processes holds for enhancing implementation, knowledge, and change management in South Africa to address the silo approach to risk management across implementing agents and stakeholders to deliver construction projects efficiently. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Elizabeth Linda Bikicha.
Chancellor, Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in consumer science, Chene Mataboho Lucia, with her thesis titled Household Food Waste in Lesotho, an investigation of consumer behavior, perception, and attitude. The candidate sheds light on the behavioral and perceptual drivers of food waste at household level. Her research not only fills a critical data gap in Southern Africa, but also strengthens the link between food waste and national food nutrition security. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Lucia Mateboho Chinini.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in disaster management. With his thesis titled Developing a Framework for Strengthening the Implementation of Disaster Risk Management in Namibia, the candidate contributes to scholarship on disaster governance by examining policies, institutional frameworks, and coordination mechanisms at national, regional, and local levels. Using a qualitative approach with 143 key respondents, the study identifies systematic gaps and proposes a comprehensive evidence-based framework to enhance the implementation and resilience of disaster risk management across Namibia. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Nadipite Mvula Ilonga.
David Levutso, with his thesis titled Perceptions and the Demand for Flood Risk Insurance by Households in South Africa, the candidate examines the perceptions and demand of low-income households in terms of flood risk insurance in South Africa using behavioral theories and advanced modeling to determine knowledge, attitude, willingness to pay, and intention issues. The research also contributes to disaster risk management by exposing key obstacles such as affordability and trust, and proposing a market-based insurance system to enhance the ability to withstand climate-induced floods. Chancellors, with 4 articles published and 1 under review, I present to you Dr. David Lefutso.
Chancellor, with her thesis titled Investing in Resilience and Disaster Risk Production to Reduce Food Insecurity from Smallholder Farmers in South Africa, Lessons Learned from COVID-19. The candidate, Maureen, advances scholarship on food insecurity and disaster risk reduction. Using a mixed methods study with 257 participants, she examined the intersection of DRR, food insecurity, and mental health among smallholder farmers during COVID-19. The study emphasizes the resilience building over vulnerability assessments and provides valuable insights for scholars, social workers, disaster management authorities, and policymakers. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Maureen Kutsai Maisiri. Chancellor, with her thesis titled Developing Disaster Social Work Guidelines to Bridge Policy Practice Gaps based on the COVID-19 response in Mangaung Metropolitan, South Africa, Martha Maria developed the integrated risk reduction guidelines for social workers to render comprehensive mental health and psychosocial services to disaster-stricken communities and frontline responders. These practical hands-on guidelines are relevant to both provincial and national contexts, and metropolitan areas in particular. Her work effectively bridges a critical policy practice gap. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Maria Martha van Straten.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in entomology, Boyson Ruan. With his thesis titled Revision in Molecular Phylogeny of the Spitting Spiders, Urania scartoria of Southern Africa, the candidate presents a first comprehensive modern revision of the South African scartoria spitting spiders, resulting in the description of 38 new species and redescriptions of 28 species. Molecular analyses were unsuccessful in sequencing the CO1 barcoding region, but far better success with the 18S and H3 gene regions. Unfortunately, this was insufficient for constructing a robust molecular phylogeny, although 11 species groups could be proposed using a similarity index based on morphological structures. His results have been presented at local international congresses, and a monograph of his revision is in preparation. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Ruan Boyson.
With her thesis titled Response of Arthropods and Nematodes to the Invasive Cladicea triacanthus, its comparative phytochemistry and implications for its biological control in South Africa, Thandeka Mahlobo examined how the invasive honey locust reshapes South African grasslands ecosystems by altering soil nutrients, arthropod and nematode communities, and overall ecosystem functioning. Her study also included the first thermal biology assessment of Megabruchidius tonkinus, the existing biocontrol agent, providing insights in its performance and control potential. So, by integrating ecological, physiological, and phytochemical analysis, her research provides essential data for managing plant invasions in South Africa and has earned her an international recognition and multiple scientific publications. By this, I mean she published in High Impact Journal, and the 2 articles are under review, and she was among the best students in the International Colloquium on Zoology. Chancellor, with your permission, Thandeka and I would like to acknowledge Dr. Nozipho Keswa, who graduates in absentia today. We honor her achievement and hold her in warm regard. And Chancellor, it is with my great pleasure to present to you Dr. Thandeka Mahlobo for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Entomology.
Mukwevo Ludzula, with his thesis titled Effects of Fire and Grazing on the Diversity and Assemblages of Arthropod Functional Groups in the Kruger National Park, the candidate showed how management regimes in the park can influence conservation efforts in respect to key species, with attention needs to be paid to the sensitivities to maintain important ecosystem services. Through his work, Ludzula published 4 articles in highly esteemed journals. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Ludzula Mkwevo.
Thank you. For a Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in environmental geology, I'm presenting Semkelo Khadebe with his thesis titled Near-Surface Groundwater Prospectivity in the Main Karoo Basin, South Africa, derived from remote sensing and machine learning. The candidate makes a contribution to the fields of remote sensing, machine learning, and geohydrology. With this contribution, he demonstrates ways to remotely find near-surface groundwater aquifers and assess their recharge, pertinent for communities of the Main Karoo Basin, as well as arid, semi-arid, and dry subhumid regions globally. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Semkelo Khadebe.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in food and nutrition and security. Mukosi Noni Moli Palekloa Mai, with a thesis titled Clustering of Diet, Physical Activity and Sedentary Behavior Among Urban Tswane Adolescents, Associations with Adiposity. The candidate investigated how diet diversity, physical activity, and sedentary behavior combine into distinct patterns among grade 7 adolescents in urban Tswane, South Africa, and how these patterns relate to overweight and central adiposity. In a cross-sectional study of 164 learners from 5 public schools, 3 behavior profiles were identified, and high rates of overweight or obesity, elevated waist to height risk, very low compliance with daily activity recommendation, and excessive screen time were observed. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. May Malesloa Muli Noni Mukosi.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in genetics. Vice Chancellor, I present to you Mr. Malepe. Let's try that again. Joseame Malepe, with his thesis titled Fusarium Species Associated with Pecans Carrioilionensis in South Africa, The candidate investigated the numerous disease problems faced by the pecan industry in South Africa, which is the third largest exporter of pecan nuts in the world. For the first time, the candidate characterized which species of the important fungal plant pathogen genus Fusarium affected pecan trees in South Africa, and he proposed possible disease management strategies for the industry. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Gosiambe Malepe.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in geography. Nkoki Busisiwe with a thesis assessing climate vulnerability for building community resilience and sustainability, a case study of Green Farm Port St. John's. The candidate contributes to climate adaptation scholarship by integrating systems and environmental justice theories, using sequential explanatory mixed methods, including meteorological analysis and household survey of 221 participants. The study demonstrates how gender, age, education, and income produce differentiated climate vulnerability in informal settlements. The candidate enhances adaptation typologies by proposing the simultaneous application of incremental and transformative strategies, providing justice-oriented solutions that address immediate climate risks and structural vulnerability drivers in marginalized communities. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Busisiwe Nkoki.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in microbiology. Chancellor presenting Nokukanya Hlengiwe Ncube with a thesis titled Development of an Improved Vaccine Against Caseous Lymphadenitis Disease. The candidate makes a significant contribution to controlling this disease caused by Corynebacterium pseudotuberculosis in South African goats and sheep. She conducted detailed molecular characterization of field strains and assessed the efficacy of the current OBP vaccine against these strains. She developed a meat-free medium, scaled it up for vaccine production, and produced 3 experimental batches of vaccines. She then evaluated the safety and efficacy of these batches in goats, demonstrating their potential for effective disease control of caseous lymphadenitis in livestock. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Hlengiwe Nokukanye Ncube.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in soil science. Cohen Chatwin McLean. Chancellor, with his thesis titled Developing a Comprehensive Framework to Assess Soil Quality Within Selected National Parks in South Africa, the candidate contributes to soil science and conservation by developing a soil quality index that integrates soil and vegetation indicators to evaluate ecosystem functioning and resilience. The results show how this works identify key soil constraints, assesses restoration effectiveness, and provides conservation managers with practical tools to guide sustainable land management in South Africa's protected areas. Chancellor, my privilege, Dr. Cohen McLean.
Doctor of Philosophy, specializing in sustainable agriculture, with a thesis entitled Sustainability of Income Growth of Smallholder Producer in High Value Chain empirical evidence from South Africa. The candidate makes a significant contribution to sustainable agriculture by analyzing the resource shared by the strategic partner with smallholder producer integrated in high value chain in terms of the potential to confer sustainable competitive advantage using hierarchical multiple linear regression analysis. The finding shows that specific investments by the strategic partner in smallholder farm present a negative but significant effect on the sustainability of smallholder deciduous fruit farming enterprise. The results also show that the strategic partner invests resources in smallholder farming enterprise to primarily complement their own supply contracts and maintain the competitiveness in the high value chain through the specific investment. Smallholder farmers are able to produce only good quality fruit, which enable them to get market access. The study concludes that the strategic partners do not contribute to the development of the resources that have the potential to sustain the income growth of smallholder farming enterprise in high value chain. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Bukela Kwame. Doctor of Philosophy in specializing in sustainable agriculture. I present Kau Joseph Silo with his thesis entitled Development of Economical Viable and Sustainable Framework for Citrus Resource Poor Farmer in South Africa. The candidate study objective was to develop the economical viable and sustainable framework for citrus resource farmers in South Africa. A mixed method design was used to conduct research among 401 citrus farmers. The results in the framework have shown that the construct and pathways of economic, social, and profit were statistically significant in explaining the farm-level sustainability. It argued that, among the others, social capital is an important resource to be incorporated into farm support program. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Silo Joseph Kau.
Okay, Doctor of Philosophy in Sustainable Agriculture. Maniarara Mari Fangrai, with his thesis titled Assessing Climate Risk Reduction, Vulnerability and Adaptation Strategies of Rural Farmers in Semi-Arid Areas of Zimbabwe, the candidate determines how rural farmers in Zimbabwe's semi-arid regions respond to climate risk using the Climate Vulnerability Index. The study identifies drivers of adaptive behavior, access to climate forecasts, improved the adoption of drought-resilient practices, but dissemination and farmers' trust remain challenging. A schematic adaptation framework model was developed, connecting local perceptions to climate risk responses, which offers guidance for policymakers, extension services, and improvements in climate information systems. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Fangrai Marimanirara.
Makwanazi Lindukule Bukani, with his thesis titled Factors Influencing the Success and Failures Among Beneficiaries of Land Reform Farms in KwaZulu-Natal, the candidate contributes to the scholarship on success and failure factors among beneficiaries of land reform. With land reform topping the agenda in the political economies of many developing countries, the study established 6 farmer typologies critical for consideration in designing strategic intervention support to land reform. The study further argued on the key variables driving farm profitability, as well as strengthening the farm's liquidity and the farmer's business acumen in land reform. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Vukani Lindukule Makwanazi.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in urban and regional planning. Gildenes Johannes Stefanus, with his thesis entitled Exploring a Multi-Criteria Suitability Analysis and Quantification Approach to Spatial Planning in South Africa, the candidate critically evaluates the aims, objectives, and shortcomings of post-1994 spatial planning policies and practices, while proposing an alternative framework grounded in morphological analysis and the Irma transect. The results serve as an indication of the value of this type of intervention and holds for finding a solution to South Africans' persistent challenges of spatial inequality, unsustainable urban form, and the gap between planning frameworks and implementation realities. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Stefanus Johannes Gildenes. Lewis Martin Phillip, with his thesis entitled The Transformation of Curricula and Pedagogy in Urban and Regional Planning Schools in South Africa, Teaching for a Diverse Student Cohorts, Transcending Culture, Language, and Generation. The candidate contributes to scholarship on the development of an urban and regional planning pedagogy suite consisting of 25 pedagogies, methods, and tools, setting out the advantages, potential risks, and recommendations for the implementations of these pedagogies, as well as methods and tools to guide planning schools and lecturers in choosing the most appropriate one or a combination of such approaches. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Martin Phillip Lewis.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in zoology. Chancellor, with her thesis titled Diversity and Taxonomy of Copepoda in Selected Water Bodies in South Africa, Annika makes a valuable contribution to freshwater biodiversity research by integrating traditional copepod morphology and scanning electron microscopy. She redescribed 11 known copepod species and documented new distribution records across the Free State and KwaZulu-Natal provinces. Annika's research represents a significant advancement in resolving the characteristics of an animal group that plays a key role in the functioning of freshwater ecosystems and the maintenance of biodiversity in these critical habitats. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Annika Sandri Kruger.
Acting Chancellor, I have the privilege of requesting you to award the following qualifications to the candidates that I introduced to you. The Faculty of Natural Agriculture Science, certificates, bachelor degrees, postgraduate certificates, honors, and master degrees. Masters of Agriculture with specialization in agriculture economics. Longwana M.M. Masters of Disaster Management. Diku O. Kumalu G.S. Lebeku L. Makolo Makwe T. Nkwabe M.M. Obulabi V.O. Chalong T. Masters of Science. Furi R.J. Master of Science in Agriculture with specialization in agrometeorology. Gapola R.L. with a distinction. Master of Science in Agriculture with specialization in agronomy. Senegal R. Master of Science in Agriculture with specialization in soil science. Kweklu S. Master of Science in Nanoscience. Kumalu T.T. with a distinction. Khadebe P.J. with a distinction. Master of Science majoring in Geography. Mabasu S. Kulu AS. Master of Science majoring in Physics. Morulane KL with a distinction. Master of Science specialization in Astrophysics. Mini LH with a distinction. Master of Science with specialization in Chemistry. Makatina BT. Marufu BA. Chabang BE with a distinction. Master of Science with specialization in climate change. Matladi T. Master of Science with specialization in computer science and informatics. Matabani K with a distinction. Master of Science with specialization in environmental geology. Maleni WN with a distinction. Master of Science with specialization in environmental management. Marakalala MB. Mokodiwe K. Resane KV with a distinction. A Master of Science with specialization in food science. Victor J.A. with a distinction. Master of Science with specialization in geohydrology. Van Aswegen PSJ. Master of Science with specialization in integrated water management. Chokwe CJ. Mimela N. Master of Science with specialization in mathematical statistics. Equally KP with a distinction. Master of Science specialization in microbiology. Kurtzen A. Lutuli KS with a distinction. Mpotsani NS with a distinction. Nchangase NF with a distinction. Simatsima AO with a distinction. Visser C. Master of Science with specialization in physics. Ramadise L.A. with a distinction. Master of Sustainable Agriculture. Ndlubu N.P. Mkhubane S.P. Postgraduate diplomas in disaster management. Mashongwanye E. Mogotu T. Postgraduate diploma in integrated water management. Boke S.G. Litsaba M.L. Mube T. Bachelor of Agriculture Honours. Moller R. Nchanga L.S. Wilson J. Bachelor of Science Honours. Munapule B. Motibi C.K. Shai N.T. Zwane T.P. Bachelor of Agriculture. Kutsia H.S. Swangwana O. Kuala S. Slela S. Slongwane N.F. Yaka S.T. Mabuto A. Mambane S. Matabela M. Matubela T. Mbele T.S. Mkomezulu V. Mahosh O. Nel C.D. Ngwenya LN. Nslapo NA. Nkumalu NH. Petse AM. Gabela A. Siata OK. Segabi OB. Sekwaila MO. Seshoka D. Shakohane JL. Shasha RP with a distinction. Sibozo N. Sitole M. Dubela SP. Van der Walt SE. Vermaak H. Bachelor of Architecture. Bruce M.K. Erasmus J. Goldie E. Marie A. Stein A. Titus K. Bachelor of Computer Information System. Modigu T. Mbanani NOT. Osunwa SN. Bachelor of Consumer Science. Mogale Kai. Bachelor of Science. Badusa AZ. Baolo G. Kraus SE. Klamini AS. Dreyer J. Hasa MS. Legalamitwa K. Magasha L.H. Mayola N. Maka Nga K. Makurubele T. Maluleke B.R. Mapasha S.E. Maribe T. Matreus S.R. Mosla Sedi N.D. Mokwena K.V. Mokone K. Mokone L. Motsomi I.C. Ngobo Y.M. Nslapu L. Nsleku L.S. Nkosi I.P. Pungwayu U. Bigotso N.P. Cell M.T. Smith D.J. Tsipane P.W. Tuku S. Walashia V.R. Zingela N.A. Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. Kumalu N.T. Sefate L.P. Bachelor of Science in Construction, Economics and Management. The sign out J.A. Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. Malusi N. Nzamkulu S. Nklela A. Polwani is H. CYA N.
Let's give them a final round of applause for the graduates. Thank you. We have come to the end of today's program. Thank you all for sharing this very special occasion with all of us and for celebrating our graduates' achievements. I now invite the Acting Chancellor, Professor Hester C. Klopper, to dissolve the congregation.
Let me start off by thanking those that remained within the hall till the end. Thank you. So we have clapped and celebrated all our graduates, but you have not ended up here today on your own. All your significant others have joined you. So I now ask our graduates to give their family, friends, and support system a round of applause. Let's thank them. Thank you. So, distinguished guests, this concludes the proceedings for this afternoon, and the university takes great pleasure for those of you who still have the energy to do this. We are inviting our graduates and their families and friends for some soft drinks in exam room number 4. And after the national anthem is played, I ask you to please remain standing while the congregation will then be dissolved and the main and academic procession will leave the hall. So please rise.
Se
By the powers vested in me, I hereby dissolve this congregation of the University of the Free State. Thank you.